Well, welcome back to another edition of SNG Experience, and this week it's going to be noisy and a little short because I didn't shoot anything last week because really there wasn't that much new to show you. But I always want to give you something. The noise is they've decided that they would cut down a tree right outside our building, of course on a Monday when they could have done it on Saturday and saved us the problem with the noise and the inconvenience and everything else. But oh no, we always do our best work doing CGI, computer animation, and creative things while listening to chainsaws singing and meat chucks, meat grinders, woodchucks chucking outside, and huge trees hitting the ground. But we'll do our best. So let's take a look around. One dog sleeping, another dog kind of awake. Mary working over here on her computer, and and the tree is coming down out here. There it goes. Isn't that fun? Oh yeah, this is fun. I just have this annoyance from chainsaws. Chainsaws are horrible. One thing I wanted to show was, and I have not picked all the clay off this yet. I was kind of saving this for Paulina, and she might be here today. But this was her sculpture, and it pulled perfectly and cleanly out of the mold here. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I'll turn a light on. You can see the amount of detail that this 1630 picks up. It's astounding. And the fact that there are no real bubbles at all anywhere in this entire mold. And of course, this is very lightweight, and it's 1630, which is a 2-part polyurethane. And we're going to run a silicone prosthetic in it for our show, but something is there. Also over here, Giselle has done an incredible job finishing off this baby sculpture. I'm not quite sure how she has this done. Let's see if I can open it up here. There. And you notice it's got little ears started on it because it is more human than it is visitor, alien, whatever you like to call it. I don't like to call it an alien particularly. Here is my ME262, which I've had for 4 years now, and I've gotten a lot of flights on this plane. It's a ducted fan, electric ducted fans. This plane does about 110 miles an hour. The landing gear, of course, are retractable, and I never liked the factory paint job, so I started repainting it, and I like this paint job a lot better than what they have. I haven't finished it yet. I still have to do the underside of the model, which needs a lot of weathering and streaking and stuff like that. But this has been a great plane. It's just foam, but it's one heck of a plane. It's very scale, except for the nacelles on the real plane are a little bit smaller, but other than that, it's got the feel of an ME262, one of my favorites. And over here, this has been taking forever to work on and get done because of the humidity and rain and cold weather. It's been nearly impossible to get this thing to a point where I can finish it off and finish the paint job. Now, I am going to try to affect that today, and I just have this one little spot here that I patched up this morning, and I'm going to go back over this a little bit more dusting, and then I'm going to start doing the actual paint job. And I built some masks for it, which are of course covered up by tape so I don't get stuff on them. They're actually metal. So this sub, except for the paint job, is all done. And this is the OTW Valiant class radio controlled submarine I've been working on for Steve. So of course last we looked at this was last week, and I haven't really done anything on it since the submarine's kept me so busy. I have to make these pieces here. I have to continue this construction back here. I have to lay in a piece here. You can see where these are. These are actually raised areas, and there's some that go in here as well. And then I got to plug this all up, put rivets on it, and do some putty work and stuff, and then make a mold on it. There's the back side. Walk around here. So that's where we are with that. I finally fixed my little Messerschmitt. I love this plane. I broke the wing hole down on it accidentally. I made a perfectly good landing and caught this one little branch sticking out of the ground, and of course it pulled the wing loose. It didn't break anything except the restraint that holds it in. Over here, Zamira has been working on my Deadpool mask. Now, again, remember that this area is going to be cast as this area is going to be cast, and they're going to be vacuum formed. The originals were vacuum formed, so will this. And also, only certain parts of this are actually going to be used once it's foamed up. The rest of it's going to have fabric stretched over it. So we'll probably never see any of this stuff at all here, because I wanted to have it done this way so that we could also just make a display mask of Deadpool that you could have on your desk or in your room, and it would look like one of these. So while I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to put some texture in for the material and all that stuff, and we will be molding that this week, so I'm told. What else? Anything else? The slot car, last time we looked, is in that condition. I still need to get decals on it. I need to make some. I need to get some screen to go over these and do some more suspension work. And I meant to show you my slot car set at home. It's really, really nice, but I will do that this week for next week's show. It really worked out well having it at home, and that's about it. I mean, there's nothing else to really show. Oh yes, there's one little thing. My dad, among many things, being a commercial artist and an engineer and race cars and stuff, one of the things that I wanted to do when I was a kid, and he wanted me to do, was to race midgets. Now these are the Offenhauser midgets, and they had similar ones to this for kids to race back in the day. But I also loved these, and I loved anything that was Offenhauser and Curtis and Indianapolis 500 back in that day. And before my dad passed away, he was going to build me or get me a car to race myself in, not a slot car. But I never got to do that because he got killed when I was only 13. But so this has always had a soft spot in my heart, and I really like this model. It went out of print about 10 years ago, and I found one on eBay very reasonably. Comes with a trailer. This is a very complete model that gets built just like the real car. Everything is in this model to build it to be just like the real car. This comes off, you can see the engine, there's a real frame inside. It's really a great kit. So I don't want to just make a mold on this and toss it. I'm going to make a mold on the body first so I can make a slot car body mold for it, and then I'm going to build this kit for display, probably in the blue and white, but there are a lot of different colors. But I just love these midgets. They're amazing with the Offenhauser engine. So that was something new I picked up that I'll be building as time goes by. So really that's it. That's the show for this week. I mean, I wasn't kidding. There's really not a lot to show. There'll be a lot more to show this week because we're going to be making molds and producing products and going back to work on the robot and finishing the submarine. And we're starting the cycle carts because Chris is bringing over all the parts today that he's ordered to build the suspension and front end and all that stuff. So all that's coming up for next week. And who knows what else, because every day is a surprise here. You never know who's going to call and what they're going to want. Thank you so much for your support and your friendship and your love of SNG. And we love you guys a whole bunch, and we'll see you next week for a little bit longer show, I promise.